Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thursday. Yes, I had to think about it for a minute, but yes, it is Thursday, so it's time for another evening with. At the moment, it's just me, and I am a bit tired tonight after all the birthday shenanigans yesterday. So it might be a shorter stream tonight. Well, it'll be a shorter stream tonight. There's no might about it. It's not going to go on for an hour and a half tonight by any stretch. I might do an hour. It might be even less than that. We'll have to see. If anyone else comes along, then it might, depends who comes in and how much they talk, really. But at the moment, it's just me. Actually, I'm gonna remove the earpiece because I don't need that in when there's nobody here to talk to. I might miss the blip if someone joins, but I'm sure they'll wave at me from the little picture below the screen there. So, hello and welcome to another evening with me. At the moment, I have to change the title. Just get an evening with me. So everyone's been here. I've put all the banners and the chat up while I've been doing this. Who's just come in? I did notice that we now have Ostrich 9000, just for Ted, I assume, especially, who did say a little while ago that he's just skipped a 35-minute advert to be here because it was, yeah. I only appreciate you watching the adverts before because it gives you a little bit of revenue, but yes, I don't expect any of you to sit through a 35-minute advert. Even if you got here 35 minutes early, then I wouldn't expect you to sit through. Yeah, a couple of minutes maybe. Yeah, any longer than that, then it's fair game. I don't, I don't object to you skipping through long adverts to join here. Apart from anything else, you might have watched the advert and then I might have been gone by then. So let's see, who else have we got just come along. Shane's just coming. Hello, Chris and the gang. Hope it's all well with you. I'm tired, but apart from that, it's all fine. You can't hack it. I can't hack it. I'm old now. I'm officially old because but yeah. We have someone else here. I've got a. It's difficult doing this through this. Is different to doing it normally. My buttons don't work through StreamYard, so I have to actually go and find the button so I can press it so I can make it go like Scurvy. Like that. But yeah, there we go. Big hi to everyone here this evening. This is Ghost Rider, indeed, from me also. Hello, welcome. If you're new to the channel, then this is not normal. Well, it is. It's pretty normal. It's just, Thursday night is just a hanging around chatting evening. So, by all means, put things in chat and we'll talk about them. If you've got anything you want to talk about, put it in there. I would say I'll answer any questions, but I probably won't know the answer to any questions. But you can ask them, by all means. There's a good chance that someone in chat will know the answers to your questions. Whatever they may be, model making related, life, the capital of Outer Mongolia. People will know the answers to these questions, or people will know people that know answers to these questions. So ask anything you like, and we'll see if we can answer it for you. Even the big questions, like, why haven't I got more cake? I have got more cake. I just can't eat any more cake at the moment, so yeah. Let's see what else is here. Graham is here as well, saying, hope you're keeping well. I am, thank you very much, yes. Bare knuckle fighting, I've read that as barnacle fighting. Must be my age. It's an ad and a half. Yes, quite long adverts sometimes, but yeah, skip them by all means. Everyone's saying hello to everybody that's just come in. Let's scroll back down through those again. Man, I don't get ads because I've got that premium thingy. Ooh, that's posh. That is very posh. I don't know anybody else that's got the premium thing. I'm assuming there are people. I do get a report from YouTube as to how much revenue I get from the premium thingy. I don't know how it works out. I think it just assumes that you've watched an advert before or something. So, automatically you get like 2.5p for you watching an hour-long video or something. I don't know how it works out. Twisted Rails here. He's tired because of all that huffing and puffing, trying to blow those 2 candles up. They weren't. There were 4 candles. That's 4 can. But I don't know. Is this 4 candles or pigeons? I don't know.
Folk candles.
Yes, that's how many candles there were. I don't know if that was deliberate. My wife put that many candles on there, but it just turned out that way. Candles. I knew you meant candles. I know. Mayhem's wife did some homemade cherry muffins. Muffins. Very nice, yep. There we go. See, Graham M thinks it's Ulaanbaatar, capital of Mongolia. I don't fact check any of these facts that might or might not be facts or not. So yeah. Ghost Rider says the R2D2 lamp is very nice. Yes, that was a gift from my brother. It's got 3 different things on it. You saw the Death Star on there last night, R2 on there tonight, and next time I do a live stream, there'll be a different thing up there. You can guess what it might be, but you'd probably get it right. But yeah. Dad says it's good, no ads. I assume you've also got the YouTube Premium. See, all the premium people watch my channel. It's great. For handles, not 4 handles, 4 candles. I don't know. Didn't know if you're down as a lightweight when it comes to cake consumption. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I don't normally do desserts when I'm eating. Normally, I don't normally do pudding. Or sweet or desserts, or it depends how posh you want to be or whereabouts in the world you are. If I go out for a meal, then I might occasionally have a dessert, but more often than not, I won't. I'm not a very sweet person. I don't mean it like that. I'm a lovely person, but I don't normally have sweet or desserts. So yeah. That's long enough. Where's the cake? There is no cake up here. There is cake downstairs, but I'm not bringing it up because nobody wants me to bring up cake. You know what I mean? You're making me say these things that you can take a different way, but you know the way that I intend them to be said and to be heard. Predictive text says Twisted. I don't know what, I missed that. Skullfish says cake, because cake was mentioned, so cake has to be mentioned. I didn't know you had a premium thingy, Chris. You certainly didn't pimp it like Fox did. No, it's not me. It's not a premium thingy for me. I haven't got YouTube membership or something. You have to have lots more subscribers than I've got to get that. It's just the regular YouTube Premium, I think they call it. Every so often it pops up and tries to advertise it for me. It's just where you pay a certain amount to YouTube every month and don't get ads, I think. One of them will tell you all about it. They probably already have before I got down at the end of the chat. But yeah, it's something like that. You pay a premium, hence the name. And they automatically don't put ads in, but they automatically kick something back to the channels that you watch. I assume you have to watch them. You don't just have to subscribe to them or they pay me. You probably have to watch stuff as well. Quanoman says, is it 4 candles with an H? Obviously, no H. No H in 4 candles. Because you don't need it. No. Leopard 2D2. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I like the colour change, the subtle blending of colours. Cycling, it is, isn't it? Yes, it's not that subtle, that one. That was a big jump. But they have been doing subtle changes from blurring into one or the other. It's not very subtle at the moment. That's more flicky changing. There we go. That was oh no. I don't know. I might have it on a different setting. It might automatically default to something when I turn it on and off. But yeah, there are 4 lights. There are 3 lights. No, there's. I don't know how many lights there are. No, there's 5 lights. That's 3 lights. Jacqueline's here. Kevin and myself are both here. See, but if you're both watching the same stream, then that's only 1 ad revenue that I get. So you should be watching individual streams. Watch 3 or 4 each. With different accounts. Let's see what we got. Did someone mention cake, says Scott at the Junkworks? No, we didn't. Don't worry about that. Oh, I'm getting a message. Oh, I'm getting a message from my wife saying my YouTube is playing up again, so I can't post anything. It was 4 candles, as each represented 12 years. As 4 by 12 is 48. I wasn't even told. I just thought that was how many candles you could find without a fire risk. But yeah, apparently Gemma's having trouble with her YouTube, so she's watching, but she can only send messages to me. I don't know. I thought I'd sorted it out before I went live, but obviously I didn't. Sean's here as well. Evening all. Good evening, Sean. Show us the cake, says Ostrich. You should have to go back and watch yesterday's. There was cake on yesterday's. Or there's pictures. There will be pictures, because I know she put some pictures up in the gross group. So you can see the cake when I go through the gallery and show all the pictures that have been put in there this week. No ads it is, says Dad. You're saying you left the cake downstairs within reach of Gemma and Katie. Oh dear. Yeah, it's fine. There's not going to be much. It was quite a big cake, and they won't be having much of it, so there will be plenty of cake. we're going to divvy out cake to family and stuff as well. But there's almost certainly going to be cake spoilage and leftover cake that will have to be disposed of. I'm sorry, but I'd rather tell you it like it is, rather than make up stuff and tell you that all the cake was eaten, it was lovely, and that just be a lie. I wouldn't lie to you, not to you. I might lie to you, but I'd never lie to you. No. I thought there were 8 lights. No, there's never 8 lights. I don't know about that. Philip's here, Frontline Modelling. Good evening, Phil. Everyone's saying hello. Phil says happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. Handles for forks. Yeah. No, they were candles. There's 4 candles. Not 4 candles. 4 candles. That tells us more about YouTube Premium. No ads, and you can download things. Not tried that bit yet. Oh, you're a new Premium subscriber, are you? Okay. YouTube Premium, says Model Making Mayhem. £11.99 a month. Includes ad-free YouTube offline mode, background listening, and YouTube Music subscription too. Yeah, it seems a bit steep. I mean, I do watch a fair bit of YouTube, but I don't mind watching the occasional ad on the channels that I support, and others I can just skip through after 5 seconds. It's not a problem. Offline mode, I'm pretty much always online. I'm always connected, so that's not a big deal. Background listening, I don't know. When I shut down the YouTube app, I like it to go away. I don't know that I'd be happy with shutting down the YouTube app and it keep playing in the background all the time. That would annoy me more than I think. Yeah. YouTube Music, yeah, I don't need that. Any music I listen to, I generally listen through the Amazon thing. So, yeah, it's a nice idea, but it seems a bit steep for what I would get out of it personally. But Ian Thompson's here saying evening all. Good evening. Everyone's saying hello to everybody. Spids here. Hello, he says, with an H. No, there's no H in hello. It's just there's no H in hello. I'm going to put my earpiece back in, because by clicking on that name, it's magically made him appear in the background like that.
Hello, everybody.
Hang about. I didn't change my background picture. I shouldn't have the gross rules thing in the background. I should have the comfy armchair fireplace. That's better. That feels much more comfy. Good evening, Mr. Q8. How are you today?
Good evening, Mr. Day After Birthday Boy. Chris, I'm fine, thank you. I've just sat down with a nice drink.
Yep.
And I'm finishing off my granola cookie bars from Asda, which are absolutely delicious, incidentally. If anybody wants a recommendation, granola bars. They sell them at pretty much every supermarket, and they're all much the same. And they're kind of a bit flapjacky, but just so delicious. But yes, I'm fine, thank you. How's your good self?
Yeah, good. Tired, but good. But yeah, I'm all right. And because you've come in, he doesn't feel like he's left out. We have the last through standing arrived as well. I don't like that layout. I prefer that layout. It's a little bit more.
Hello there.
Yeah, you might have to wait a little bit to shuffle into the right position. But... Good evening, Jerry. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How's everyone else?
Everyone is lovely. Let me just have a look. Swid says, hope to be in shortly. Gonna go grab a drink. Obviously, that was in the past. He's now in the future. He's here. He's grabbed a drink, and he's ready, and he's here. Everyone's saying hello to everybody else. Lord Barkley says it's the rule of 6, so that's 6 lines. I don't know about the rule of 6. What's that? I know the rule of 3 and the rule of thirds. I don't know about the rule of 6. What does that relate to?
Not 100%
In
sure.
the computer games, there's always like three levels before the boss, and 3 attacks would do this, and the rule of thirds in photography is all divided things into thirds, so you get things
I know about that
arranged.
I didn't know about the game one, but I did know about the rule of thirds. When it comes to lights, there's always 4. Everybody knows that. Picard.
No, there's only 2. Always 2 there are.
No, that's a Sith. But that's also not it, because we had Darth Maul, we had Christopher Lee, Count Dooku. He wasn't Darth though, was he? It was Count Dooku, but he was still a Sith.
See?
It was Darth Sidious. No, he wasn't. It was. He did have a Darth name. He did have one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Darth Dooku. No, that doesn't sound right.
Darth waiting in the wings. Darth waiting for Darth Maul to pop his plugs. Although Darth Maul didn't die, did he? Because
He didn't, but he sort of didn't become. But old, not Sidious.
It was
Dooku.
Darth... Wasn't he Tyrannus? Darth Tyrannus?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, it didn't mention it in the film, did it? It just called
it
it.
did.
Because he was a
did.
Jedi, wasn't he? He was like a fallen Jedi.
Yeah.
So he wasn't trained as a Sith.
Mm.
So he might have
He
sort of
just
skipped
turned
the
to the
beginning
dark
ranks of
side.
Sithhood and come in to the next level up.
Yeah, but then the same thing happened with Anakin, didn't it? I mean, I'm assuming we can assume that Darth Maul was trained by Palpatine
I assume so, yeah.
because
I
there
do
were
like, by the way, that
Indian
we've got
Jedi.
the height thing going on.
Oh yes,
So we're on the right sort of scale. Yeah, that's quite.
Yeah, he had it was Darth Tyrannus was his
Do that. I'll have to do that.
Darth name.
there you go. We'll make Jerry feel short.
But then we have to move things around, and it gets all confusing. Dad says sugar-free cake in 105 days. Woohoo! Is that Christmas? It's got to be about that till Christmas, isn't it? A little bit more than that.
Sugar-free cake?
I don't know. Twisted Rail says it's Jerry. It is.
Hello. Sorry, I'm sort of sidetracked
Sprue
at
Blue
the
says what
moment.
is Speed eating this evening. He did that. He probably did that after you've done the thing. But yeah,
They are Asda Extra Special 4 granola cookies. Well, they were 4 granola cookies. They are now a few crumbs of granola cookies. They are delicious.
It's basically what they find on the floor when they make the nice cookies, and then charge you more.
So they come in squares. The Co-op sells something very similar, and I'm pretty sure I've had some from Morrison's that are similar. They're either granola squares or granola cookies. They're called. They're like texture-wise, they're like a flapjack, but they're sort of more buttery, and they've got cranberries in them, and oh, they're just so nice.
chocolate cake.
No, honestly,
BQ
so nice.
does say Dooku was Darth Tyrannus.
Ah, well, there you go. I've learned something new.
Phil says they're talking Star Wars, not Star Trek. And Mayhem says it's all space shenanigans. So yeah.
But if he was Darth Tyrannus, then he was a Darth, then he was a Sith. And he was obviously
definitely a Sith,
around
wasn't he?
when Darth Maul was around.
Like Angels, proper Charlies. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, I'm a little bit confused by this. You've got.
I think that was just a lie, though, wasn't it?
Two
They made up that there are only 2 to confuse people because that's what they did. They don't have to follow it.
Well, there is always a master and an apprentice, and when the apprentice stops being the apprentice, I'm guessing he becomes the next master. So there can be 2, like one master and one apprentice. It doesn't say there's only 2 Sith ever. Just means
but it always says always a master and an apprentice. So
yeah, but then there might be another master and apprentice as well, and another
be an
master and
in-between.
apprentice. And
there'd have to be an apprentice and a qualified Sith. They'd be like trainee Sith, qualified Sith, master.
like a YTS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Darth Maul was the YTS. Darth Tyrannus was obviously the time-served apprentice and qualified, and
Sounds about right.
then there was the master.
Sprue and Glue told you to read the books. It might help. Yeah, but which books?
Which ones? Yeah, I've never read
There's
any
so many books that don't apply anymore that you've read and know about
didn't
it. But
change the whole thing in the books. Didn't it all go to pot? And then loads of people who read the books complained that the new episodes, the prequels, didn't follow the books.
Properly, Dan's going to tell us how it all works in his next post, which is probably going to be quite a long post, so we'll be typing it for a little while.
So while he's doing that, how's the wash and cure station, Jerry?
I've not had a chance to really try it out, but it is really nice.
I've watched a couple of reviews on it, and I've got to say it looks fantastic. I just can't afford one.
It's heavier than I thought it was, in all fairness. I thought it was going to be like a little bit more plasticky, but the base is like solid metal.
Wow,
So
cool.
it's nice. There's a couple of things I want to get sort of like to go with it, like an extra pot, but I'll get that further down the road. But
apparently the curing on it works really, really quickly as well.
yeah, you do have to switch it over to get the base. I think because they're making a second generation one, or they're just about to bring out a second generation one, which incorporates like maybe a mirror on the bottom just to help with the curing of the underside.
The light around a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the sound of it. I like the idea of being able to just take the entire build plate out to the printer and then rinse it and cure it, so you don't have to touch it at any point while there's uncured resin. I mean, that's just fantastic.
I mean, if you don't stick the vat in and just put like the liquid into the pot and turn it on, it actually does a really tremendous vortex.
Right.
So, and you can see it. So, and then like halfway through the cycle, it stops and goes the other way.
That's cool. So you could use it as an impromptu washing machine as well. If you just wanted to throw a T-shirt in there or something.
Probably a little bit small for a T-shirt, but yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is you're talking about, but I'm getting the sense that it's not going to fit a T-shirt in it.
The wash and cure station for the Anycubic resin printer.
So, you know the resin printer?
Yes.
It's basically...
I figured it was something 3D printed,
Yeah,
which is why I
it's
thought
about
T-shirt
the same
scale was
size.
probably a bit big.
Yeah, it's about the same size, probably, I'm guessing. And,
It is actually, yeah.
And what you do, instead of actually... Currently, I would have to take my build plate off, use the scraper to take the print off the build plate, which is still coated in uncured resin. Then I'd have to put it in a pot, wash it, and then stick it in front of my UV lamp on the turner table, which is how I cure them at the moment. Now, this thing that Jerry's just got is, it does all that for you. You take the entire build plate off, you put it into your wash and cure station, you close it and you press a button and it creates a washing machine, which washes all the uncured resin off with isopropyl alcohol or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's got UV lights on it, so it cures it while it sort of... Does it rotate?
Well, the resin ones that don't have layer lines, really, do they? They're much smoother.
They're a lot smoother. They do have layer lines, but they're a lot...
Yeah, instead of like 0.2 mil, you're talking like 0.02 mil. So if you get them really close with a magnifier, you can see them. Or if the print is angled in a certain way, they're very visible. But yeah, you definitely see them the same.
Right, Dan has come back with his knowledge bomb.
Yeah.
He says, and I'll read it out just in case people can't read. When Maul was killed on Naboo, he says killed. Palp started digging his hooks into Dooku, who was a Jedi who was disillusioned with the Order. There's a 10-year gap between episodes 1 and 2, and in that time, Dooku became Tyrannus.
So he wasn't on the scene when Maul was the apprentice. Okay.
Says there's a lot of great story in the prequels, but some terrible writing and direction. The Clone Wars TV series make it all much more understandable, because that sort of fills in the gaps.
Yeah, because Dooku tried to take an apprentice. Sorry, but...
BQ says it's the YTS is the Yoda training scheme.
Yes.
Right.
Very good. Yeah.
I know that Dooku tried to take an apprentice twice, so both times failed. Because
is this while he was a Jedi or as a Sith?
As a Sith in the Clone Wars, he took Ventress as his first apprentice, and then she went sort of like rogue on him, and then he had another one like
on the bad guys. Does that mean you go back good?
Sort of, yeah. She did actually turn a little bit good. She just became a bounty hunter in the end. But then he had Savage, which was of the same race as Maul.
Okay.
Right.
And then you get the story where...
with a D. I can't remember, but it's not Dagashi. That's different.
You're thinking of the Dathomir Witches.
I might be.
Which is what Ventress was, but it's also the same planet that the males were on. That were Maul. That Maul was from.
But only the males.
That's where the Rancors come from.
Yeah.
So
Not sure.
What happened to the females of Maul's species then?
They're like the Dathomir Witches, or it's from a close planet or something. But I know that they went to the Witches to get Savage, and then the Witches. If you watch the cartoon, it'll go through all of it.
But you always
I'll
print so small.
I'll have to dig out the Clone Wars cartoon and have a look at that.
Print bigger then, Pascal. That's your basic answer to that. if you print too small and they fail, just print them bigger.
As small as you want it. The downside is you've just got to get the leveling and the setup of the printer just right to get the small.
Yeah, your initial leveling, if you've got that spot on, and the resin makes a big difference. I had some Anycubic grey, and I printed a few things with it, and it's either not quite enough curing and the details are soft, or too much curing and the details aren't right. It kind of enlarges because it swells with the heat. This is another thing with resin. There's a distinct size differential with curing, and I could never get that just right. But Anycubic skin which I ended up getting sent by mistake because I'd ordered some Anycubic black, I think, and they sent some Anycubic skin. I contacted them and said, I've got the wrong one. They sent out a new Anycubic black and said, keep that one. And it turns out that is an amazing resin for detail. I love it. So Anycubic skin, and I actually got another pot while it was on offer. And the detail is just stunning. I did the test print, that you do to show your exposure time. Jerry will know what that is.
Yeah.
And the detail that gives is amazing. And the green that they originally shipped with it is also good. So I think a lot of it's to do with resin as well, but I never got on with the grey. I've still got like 3/4 of a tub of grey, and it just...
The thing that a lot of people forget with the resins is that it's different settings for different resins, and they all assume that it's like the same for each time, but you got to dial it in.
Yeah,
it's how it's your screen,
the
your
ambient
FET.
temperature and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Humidity and things.
Plus, well, yeah, ambient
I
temperature.
noticed that to a degree with the normal layout printing, but
yeah, even with PLA, I mean, you'll know yourself, Chris, if you change brands of PLA,
it makes a difference. Even
it
changing
makes a
colours.
difference to the extrusion temperature. I tend to use 3DQF as my sort of go-to. They're a UK one, and all of their PLAs seem to be very consistent, and I can print all of them at 215 Celsius, and they print really nicely. But I've tried some others, and they can vary between like 195 to 120. It's big difference in temperature.
Pascal says he's been using your
Cool.
video to
Thank
level.
you. Thank you. I mean, to be honest, that's credit to a guy on the Photon group, the Keith Floyd one. I'm assuming you mean. There's a guy on the Photon group called Keith Floyd who made that one, and it works really, really well. I've leveled my Photon twice since I've had it. Well, technically 3 times, because I did one for the video by paper method and one at the Keith Floyd method. So I leveled it with the Keith Floyd method. I printed for ages, and then one day I took the build plate off and actually dropped it on the floor, and it hit the floor and bent. So I leveled it a second time, but I've never ever had to level it again in between. Brilliant.
Do you
Dan says he's turned on the
Flint?
streams, dropped in to saying he can donate to. You're always welcome to
Keith
comment on
Flint's
anything.
method, not Keith.
It's the Flint Reed. It's the Flint Reed method, isn't it?
Flint Reed. That's a Keith. I'm
You
thinking
said Keith Floyd.
I got no idea.
Apologies to Flint Reed if you're watching this stream.
I don't think that's like.
No, I said I must be thinking of Keith Floyd. That's him who does the cooking, isn't it? And drinks lots of wine. Sorry, Flint Reed method.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got one of the easy adapters for mine, so it's a lot nicer.
Right. No, I've only used the
Ian's got a
original.
question, which you might be able to answer, being that you've done both. Which is faster, traditional or resin?
The answer to that is both.
Yeah.
Because
They're both faster than each other. Yes.
yeah,
There we go.
because you can print 10 files on one build plate on the resin in the same amount of time as it would take to print one. But if you printed 10 on the PLA, the FDM one, it would take almost 10 times as long because the nozzle will have to move on each one. With the resin, everything cures one layer at a time. So if your build plate's full or if you've got one item, it takes the same amount of time. So
Resin is generally smaller things, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's smaller because it's a smaller build plate as well. It depends on the item, it depends on the resin, and it depends on the length of curing and cooling times in between. So you have your light on for so many seconds, then it switches off and your build plate raises and lowers to separate it from the film. And then you can set how long you want your light to stay off in between. The shorter, the quicker the print, but the longer, in theory, the longer the screen will last, because your screen will eventually die from the heat of the LED.
Yeah,
so
I've went through one already, so it's
I mean, some of the guys on the Photon group, they like the FDM users. Some of them print non-stop, and some of them will get through a screen in 3-4 months because they never stop printing. Because I don't print very much, I'm still on the original, but they will eventually die. LCD screens will eventually die.
Yeah.
Somebody's printing loads of really cool diorama stuff in the group at the moment on the resin. He's got a same one as Colin. The
Elgu.
I
have no idea.
The Elgu, yeah.
Sprungglue saying, Spid, turn your mic down a bit, you're well loud. I think that's just him. I don't think it's his mic, it's just Spid. Spid's just loud. That's just.
See if I can turn that down.
Eric's saying, I need a lullaby. I really don't. I can drift off quite comfortably without one, that's fine. Not that it's boring, just that I'm tired.
Yeah, somebody in the group just, I don't know if it's in the Gross group or if it's in the Boom Hut, but somebody is things like little resin spray cans in a case. And
yes, I saw some of those, and they do look nice.
Making some really cool stuff. I forget how it is just offhand, but.
Right, I'm going to go across and have a look at and see what's in the gallery type thing.
Okay.
Because I can, basically. So there we go. That's the first picture that we didn't see last week from Eric. It's burnt his Hawaiian pizza. Guess I should have put it on a lower temperature.
I'm not even dignifying that with a groan, frankly.
The internet.
Yeah.
Was that not there? Right. There we go. And then I can push that button. This is the picture that Sal did for me for my X-Ring build. He's very kindly put me into an X-Ring. I'm obviously going to blow it up. I'm going to do it right, push the right buttons, and it's going to work. It's fine. Thank you very much for that. Steve has sent me a picture of a cutting board. I don't know why.
Was this when he got the new cutting mat? Yeah, he got a couple of new cutting mats and a straight edge cutting mat, I believe. So
he did, and he got a cutting thing for it, but I don't know whether they're tiny pictures. I don't know if they're just low quality pictures that it decided not to make bigger, but
possibly.
Because Sean's put up some pictures of his ABC Warrior, I believe.
Yeah.
Which are lovely. And a lot of people are after those kits like this because they're not a normally available kit, apparently.
No, they are a hard one to get hold of, and to be honest, he got the vinyl kit, which I will never work on a vinyl kit again, ever.
Was it that bad?
They terrify me. I've never tried one, but they terrify me. Some of the things I've heard about how hard they are to work with.
The vinyl, well, you've just got to try and struggle to glue it together and then paint to actually adhere to it. It's I will go resin, I will go plastic, I will do stone, metal, whatever. But I will never touch vinyl again, ever.
I don't know what this was made of, but it's made a good job of it, whatever it is.
No, he's done a very nice job on that.
Final kit did you build, Jerry?
I can't even remember. It was an old Met kit, and so basically it just warped, and you had to sort of try and stretch it back in. I think it was an old Evangelion kit.
I did quite a few build reviews of vinyl kits in magazines and things in the past, and some horrible things about working.
Sean's here. He says it's vinyl.
Yeah.
Right, so we have Lewis. Lewis isn't here tonight. Lewis and Nat are both not well. Not big thing, not well. Just normal not well.
Just minor not well here.
Built and painted a tank so he can weather it while he's in his truck. So I think he's finished the build bit, but it's the first tank he's finished. I think he said.
Has he actually finished it? Because he hadn't finished it, but he just said he was taking it away.
I thought he was taking it away just to do the weathering on it. I think that was his original plan.
Well, he said he was going to do some weathering on it, but he didn't actually say he'd finished it. So
I don't know. I haven't seen the tracks yet, but I'm assuming they're on there underneath it. Just can't see it from here.
No, the tracks aren't on there. You would
they're
see
not on there
them.
Yet. No. Maybe he hasn't finished it yet. Then maybe he's finished half of it, or I don't know. Steve has finished his big. Don't know what it was. It was an Airbus thing, isn't it? It's a massive thing.
Yeah, it does look nice, especially because you probably won't see it on there, but there's a video of it, and that is actually quite good.
Got the props.
He's got all the propellers motorised and lights on it and stuff, hasn't he? So yeah.
Yeah, you really get a sense of the scale of that, though, don't you? You know, the real thing you can imagine.
Oh yeah, just ridiculously huge, isn't it?
Yeah, big thing.
I didn't realise that the rotors, the propellers on it, were actually curved. I thought that was just an artifact of it spinning around, but I don't know if they are actually curved in real life.
Yeah, they are.
I've always seen it on the video of them spinning, and they look curved, but I thought that was just because it was spinning. But
No, they are
I think
actually
they're
curved.
actually turbo props, aren't they? It's not like a standard propeller driven. I think it's turbo props, which are like a jet combination doodad majig thing. Part mechanics, part magic, I think.
But yeah, I thought the one behind it was big, but he's obviously stepped up his game for an even bigger one.
What's the one behind it? Is that a Lancaster?
I have no idea. It's a plane. That's as far as my knowledge of these things go.
It's a 4-engine bomber, so Lancaster. And if that's the case, then that would be huge.
Emma Jane, I don't know. We drifted into dinner, I think. Certainly a big glass of wine, I'll give you that. But yeah, that looks like a pleasant meal.
Mm.
I'd certainly sit down for that. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And there's that's.
Now that's a Lancaster, isn't it? A cute little Lancaster.
Did I do that mini one as the Christmas thing? Was that? It looks a lot like that. I can't remember now. But it's very good. I like that. It's got a sharp mouth on it. Can't go wrong. Ross has been doing the bikes that are Fox's favourite.
Are they the original ones, or are these?
No, this is a new one. These are the new Primaris Outriders.
Right. So no, Fox hated the old ones, didn't he?
Everyone hated the older ones. It's just the only ones you could get.
Mm. Are the new ones better though?
Yes.
That sounded very. Not really.
Didn't it?
It is. I'm tainted by the fact I've just been converting a load of them and rebuilding the entire front ends. So they are better, but they are quite a chunk of work as well if you're converting
Better,
them.
but they're not perfect. But you're going to make it better.
Perfect. Better, but not perfect.
Well, you've seen the one that I posted up the other week, which has now been removed. But yes, they are better as far as I'm concerned, but they still require a little bit of work.
Yeah. Steve got a box of sprues from Scott up in Orkney.
Mm.
And he's already attached them to his. He's attached most of them, I think, to his Nerf gun.
A box of goodies. The Nerf gun spaceship is looking really good.
Yeah, I think we'll come to that in a minute. This is Adam. Arkham and Taruga. I don't know. Krull is just primed. I don't know.
These are some models which I cannot remember the name of what series they're from, but yeah, he's doing quite well on them.
I like the flaming swords.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Emma Jane. Other girls get flowers. I don't really like flowers. I get kits. All good.
Yeah.
A tractor.
It doesn't wither and die and get thrown in the bin 2 days later.
I'm not sure what makes it a military tractor. It hasn't got guns on it.
No, but it's one of the ones they used to pull around the aircraft on the airfields.
No,
I think you can make a. Yeah, I think you can make a civilian variant by the looks of the yellow one.
Yeah, you could militarise it by putting armour plate and guns on. I mean, they did actually do that with cars.
That would be a Warhammer tractor. That's different. Steve, I think these are the bits that he pulled out the box to put onto his rather large Nerf gun, and they look like that. I do like this stage where he's just got them glued on and they're all different colours and it doesn't look right at all. It just looks like, what have you done? You've just stuck bits of plastic to other bits of plastic.
Mm.
And I can't see it as the spaceship or anything other than, trying to work out what bits are. But he then put it in primer and it looks amazing in a minute, eventually. Is there a wooden bit on the top there as well?
Possibly.
Yeah, I know you won't mind me saying, but it just looks like a mess. It's
But
great,
these things always do.
but at this stage, it just I don't understand. I don't have the brain to comprehend it. At that stage, all I see is bits stuck to other bits. I can't make the leap to see it as a spaceship, or that's the engines and this is that. I'm sure it's
I think that's when you need that
rather
kind
than
of
anything else, but-
ILM mindset, isn't it? Where you have to visualise it. You have to be
Yeah,
able
I
to
don't
see
do
it.
that.
I can't do that either.
But then,
Primer on it.
once it's got primer on it, it just looks right. It's lovely. I can't tell what was original Nerf gun and what isn't, but it's pretty. He says it's just how his mind works.
It's incredible. It really is.
But yeah, I can't get my brain to stretch between the two pictures. It's just like that's a completely different thing to me. He's learning about taking the pictures though, isn't he? Look, he's got a backing sheet up there now.
Ooh.
So soon we'll get him to put one on the bottom as well. So it will just make it.
That's more likely because he had something offensive on his laptop
that
screen.
Might be
you
true,
can always
yes.
see his.
It's easier than closing down the tab.
Yeah. I mean, why hide the porn? It's just put a piece of card on it. You'll never know.
Yeah, I don't want to close it down. I'm going to use it later.
Just reminded me of a friend of
It
mine.
reminded you to close down your windows before you share a screen or something.
A friend of mine's been watching a Japanese show that they were telling me about, and it's about a lad who, as he's grown a little older into being a teenager, has become estranged from his dad somewhat. And to try and get back in touch with his dad started playing a game online. So this lad has actually joined this game online, and he's playing against his dad, but unbeknownst to his dad, and it's a means of connecting to him. So he's in his room at home playing this game, and his dad's in the living room playing this game. And they told me about this one particular part where his dad goes to his son's bedroom, and his son's frantically trying to cover the screen of his laptop, but obviously so that he doesn't see that it's him playing this game. And then his dad sees him frantically trying to cover the screen. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll leave you in peace. I was that age. I understand."
Yeah, the pure American Pie moment.
Steve says there was a live stream on behind it. It doesn't tell us what type of live stream though. So yeah.
We've all seen those camera shows.
So yes, that was the end of that. And then we have, because I clicked on a different screen, I'll have to go back over here and do it. The cake. I told you there'd be pictures of cake.
That's fabulous.
It's the new competition for the traditional birthday cake of Colin the Caterpillar. It's Sammy the Sausage Dog. Apparently it's the new thing that's, because it always used to be caterpillar cake that you take into the school or the office or whatever and just cut into slices. It's now Sammy the Sausage Dog.
It's chocolate.
With 4 candles.
I must have gone to a better class of office then. We had like fudge cakes and cream and triple layer velvet cakes.
We used to get a variety, when I did work in an office, we used to get a variety of cakey things. But we did on birthdays, we used to get silly things like caterpillar cakes and stuff.
That's cool.
There we go.
Nice.
This is Dave. It's I think he said 1/8.
I think it was either.
I don't know.
I think it's a 1/8. Yeah, it's a 1/8 Crusader, isn't it?
Yeah, that's looking good.
Very impressive.
The folds in the cloak about right, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, this is something I can't do, figures and whatnot.
Don't look at the light. I don't know who put that. That's Sean sharing that for me. Thank you very much, Sean.
Is that an enormous owl face in the background there?
Sorry?
I suspect it's a pillow. Yeah, the owl face.
There's an
the owl pillow.
Likes owls, so there's owls everywhere, basically.
I see.
Tim, midweek makings. He's obviously doing a boat diorama, tiny TV scale.
That's quite novel because you tend to imagine boat kits as big, don't you?
Not always. I've seen some really nice ones. That scale. He's got the wash. I like the wash of the water quite well on that actually. It looks quite nice.
It's good, isn't it?
Phil has been still doing his Magnum Ferrari remake. I think he had some trouble with the paint before he had to re-dip it and strip it again. He had structural problems with the framework. So he's reinforced it with some brass. I'm sure that would be lovely.
Yeah, the window frames when they're like that, they do tend to get brittle very easily.
Yeah.
I think it was where he'd taken the glass out a couple of times to repaint and strip.
Sometimes get that if you strip it with alcohol as well. If you leave it too long in alcohol stripping, it can sometimes soak into the plastic and make it quite brittle as well.
Yeah, I think it must leach out some of the plasticizers or something.
Yeah,
it does make it much more brittle.
You tend to get that with like
that's nice and shiny.
Yeah, tend to get that if you're stripping the Bandai kits. Sometimes.
Yeah, there we go. This is Steve. He's got another donated loot styrene chopper. I don't know if he's going to use it to cut styrene or if he's going to put it onto a build. I can never really tell with Steve. There might be another Nerf gun in his future with one of these strapped to the front of it. I don't know.
To be honest, I said to him it's like a gateway drug with these sorts of tools, because I warned him that this one can bend a little bit, because I started out with that one myself before I got the. You
haven't made a mess back there, have you?
I have. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone very, very wrong. No, that's no. Get off. Get off.
We'll
go away, Pinky, you go. And then you go to something like that. So you go to like the metal one,
but a bit more substantial.
So that's an all metal version, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Mike has been doing the Spitfire, the part work.
Oh, it's a wheel work.
24.
I don't know why, but I thought that was a ship or something. That's it. I can see the shape
it's
of the
a
wheel
wing by the looks of it. And back to Adam. More fiery sword goodness.
It's got a bit of a Hellboy vibe going on, that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
No, he's done a nice job on the flames, actually.
Painted that red. A bit of definite Hellboy kind of thing going on with that.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. But yeah, I see where you're going with that. It's a bit of a. If I remember right, it's a bit of a Minotaur. Yeah. He's done well on that.
Yeah, I do like the fiery swords. They're very cool.
No, they're hot. That's the point of fire.
Bad jokes aplenty.
Yeah, I can't help it. I'm sorry. James has been doing. I don't know what that is. Is that? I don't know. I'm thinking boat, but might easily be plane or spaceship. I don't know.
I'm not quite sure.
I haven't.
I'm trying to think about the instructions in the background as well, but it doesn't really help.
No, it doesn't.
He probably did put about it, but sometimes it doesn't pop up the text. So
I want to say some sort of
does that help?
Yes, it does. It's a oh god, I saw this earlier and I can't remember what it is now. Some sort of ship.
The instructions
there, it's got some sort of curving thing.
Where's my phone? I've got to look on the bloody post.
And that was the last one. So
yeah, I saw that just before I came on.
It's got bunks in it, so I'm thinking some sort of boat, because they probably wouldn't have bunks in a plane, would they?
Well, you wouldn't think so, but then stranger things have happened. But the instructions, don't you think the instructions look very much like your Revell Star Wars?
It's a plane. It's a Revell Airbus.
All right.
It's a 172 Revell Airbus A400M.
Right.
Very cool. And that was that. I can remove that from the stream now, and then I'll put us back in the traditional.
That's why it looks like a ship, because it's a cabin. It's like the floor of the cabin.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. In which case, it could have bumps, because it's inside the plane. It's not going to disrupt the airflow inside the plane, is it?
Well, Dan says it's the same Spitfire I'm watching on World of Wayne. Yeah, World of Wayne does a lot of part works as well.
Oh, it's a part work one. Right.
Yeah, it's
I know he does part work, doesn't he?
I got the first part of it, which is quite weighty. It's obviously the propeller, but yeah, I picked up the first issue.
What scale's that?
Big. I don't know. I think it was the same as the X-Wing. I think it's 1/18.
Wow,
that'd be cool.
Some size then, yeah.
But I just couldn't justify doing that. Not with Iron Man coming out momentarily.
Oh, I know.
Well, the Iron Man one coming out.
Don't tease me like that. Don't. Oh.
It came out weeks ago, Spid. Did you not get it?
Oh, don't be cruel to him.
Oh,
it's not fair.
I'm going to fall out with you. It's not. Oh, I can't. If they end up cancelling this, I'm going to be so disappointed. So disappointed.
Graham tells me the clue's in the corner. It's the cockpit from an A400M. I don't know what an A400M is. I thought that might have been any number from anything. It could be. I don't know.
It could be the bus that goes into town.
It could just be the number of the decal sheet. I really don't know. Candygram's here. Greetings, everyone. Welcome.
Good evening.
Hello.
And Twisted Rail is going. Night all. Have a good one. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks for coming.
Good night.
We're not going to be around that much longer anyway. So, but yeah.
We've obviously bored him with all the talk of printing. No.
Yeah, because
You know what? It would, on the subject of rail, it would actually be nice to get someone on here who's into the sort of rail and diorama building, railway side of things a bit, and talk a bit more about that. Because
Paul's been doing a lot of the diorama type stuff.
Yeah,
but not with trains and railways, but he likes doing his buildings.
I love seeing
there's
stuff.
a building.
Yeah, it's a building, yes.
Yeah, this kind of thing.
Is it a building or is it a paint pot with a ladder on the side of it?
No, it's like a vat thing I'm making. So the ladder I designed. Where was it? The ladder I designed myself.
Cool.
Just to fit on the side of it.
Oh, it is actually a paint pot with a thing on the side of it.
No, it's not a paint pot with a thing on the side of it. It's a ducting.
But it could be.
It's a ducting pipe. What is it? It's a ducting pipe with a printed top and a printed ladder.
Because if that was a pot, that'd be a rubbish pot because it's got no bottom to it.
Yes.
It's a reject paint pot. It has no bottom.
Alternatively, it could just be an upside down.
My Ecto 2-part works at once is just too pricey. Love to finish my D'Agostini Thunderbird 2. I saw the Thunderbird 2 when that started and did lean towards it because it is 1/4 scale.
Oh, that would be nice.
Just couldn't and didn't. Yeah, I'm doing 2-part works at the moment with the X-Wing and
I could have been tempted by the Ecto 1 because I do like that, and especially all lit up and everything. I have got a 1/24th Ecto 1 kit, or 1/25th, one or the other, and I would like to light that. Even if it's just the light bar and the headlights, you know.
Yeah, and some of them are nice. I know Quadoman has been doing the DeLorean.
The Back to the Future one, the DeLorean. Yeah.
And that looks really good. But
yeah,
it's
did you see
massive.
Did you see the lights this morning with the brake pedal? It's actually got
when you put it in reverse as well. It's got your gear shift.
You've
got to put the gear shift into reverse, and that makes it come on.
That's so cool. So pointless, but so cool.
See, BQ says you just need an old smash tin and some wire to make that, Jerry.
I know. Why struggle? I can just print it.
I do like that you can get the same results from so many different directions.
Yeah.
Illy coffee beans at the supermarket. You can buy coffee beans or pre-ground if you're a heathen in tins with a screw-on lid. You unscrew the lid and it's got like a pop can top thing inside. They'd be perfect for it.
So you buy the coffee beans at the supermarket, you pour them away.
See, you buy
you pour them in the bin, and then you've got the perfect pot for
you. Use the coffee beans. You see, this is what I mean. You're getting the benefit from having.
See, that was where I'm lost because I don't drink coffee. So
no, normal people don't drink coffee. No,
there's just no helping some people.
No, I've got a can vatty thing that's on the painting table just there that I'm working on, which was just made out of an old cider can, but. That didn't turn out too badly, so I've got a few more of those things to make, and then I'm doing a Steve at the moment and just destroying some stuff to make other stuff at the moment. So,
Ian's got a tech question. Does the Agostini send out old part works in one go? Most of the time, yes. They often have. They just had a sale, like 10% off everything. So you probably just missed out on that. They often do. If it's finished, they will send out one pack of all like 100 issues at a slightly discounted price, sometimes maybe. Or I think they'll also do it in like monthly packs, but they'll send them out every fortnight or something, and you can get it done quicker.
And the only downside with that, of course, is you're paying one big lump in one go for them.
Yes, that is the noticeable thing.
Which is unfortunately one of the reasons why I never got around to doing it. I think the only part works I've actually done is a little bit of Conquest and the Mortal Realms one for Warhammer.
I very nearly did the Tiger Tank one that Hachette did.
Oh, that would have been that would have been nice, but I've just
a few, but then I thought, no, I can't really afford this at the time because I was buying quite a few model kits then. And like I said, I could have been tempted by Ecto-1, but I didn't know about that until a good while after it started. But definitely Iron Man. I am as soon as they finally sort themselves out, I am first in the queue. Well, maybe second behind Chris. Because
I do keep going back every few days, checking the website and seeing. But I'm sure there'll be announcements and things. It's got to be soon, hasn't it? It's got to be.
This has got to be. I mean, how long has it been since the original announcement?
It was September last year that I actually put in my subscription to it.
Yeah, because it was just after you told me. I went and subscribed immediately after that, and then got a letter saying sorry.
Yeah, I don't think they even sent me a letter to say sorry. I think it just
No.
my subscription is still on the website and it's like pending or something. Or
issues, couldn't they?
Yeah, but no, but yeah, at some point that it's slightly disappointing in that it's 1/3 scale. Whereas the R2 and the Terminator are both half scale.
Half scale,
yeah.
yeah.
So it'd be nice
it would have
to
been
have
nice
it more
at half
matching.
scale,
But I can understand that it is more armoured and stuff, and more articulated and difficult.
It'd still be nice at 1/3 scale, though, I think.
It's
But
gonna
it would have
be a
been
decent
nice
size,
at
yeah.
half
It's still
scale.
going to be like 2 foot tall, isn't it? So
It'd have been a nice one to have sat in the corner of the living room.
I just want to have it in the traditional superhero pose, one hand on the ground, and
Yeah. Or even if you could have it motion activated, so if somebody walked in, it would be,
and then blows them backwards through the door.
and blast.
Dan says they do. You go to their site, you can get complete kit shipments for the ones that they've finished.
And in the world,
Dan says the R2 is not half scale; it's close at 1/3.
I thought it was
It
half.
sort of isn't. It's a decent size. I've not gone into the whole rivet counting measuring of it, but I've got a 3PO that's like the Jack's Toys, which isn't marked as a scale, but matches up with the R2 very well. I'll see how the Terminator does. I've got it hanging on the wall over there. I'll see how that matches up once I've got the arms and legs assembled onto it, because I'm not doing them assembled on because it makes it far too heavy to keep and store and try and do
It
things.
must be some weight. That it's coming together really nicely now, but it must be some weight when it's all together because there's a lot of metal.
It's everyone was complaining that look, it's more plastic bits and it should all be metal. And it's like it's heavy enough now. If they
Yeah,
made it all metal, then
well, if it was all aluminium, it'd be not too bad. But as it's all steel, then the weight would be tremendous.
plus as well, if they made it all metal, if it does actually, become self-aware and starts to take over your house, at least if some of the bits are plastic, you've got a chance of disabling it.
you've got a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan says he's building a full size one, so he knows the size very well. Yes, that would help. Yeah. Right, it's coming up the hour, so I'm going to call it there because, as I said, I'm tired.
He's
and
tired.
I'm old now, so I've got an excuse.
Yes, indeed.
So I shall call it there. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you both for joining me.
Not
Thank you for having me.
You're there. Thank you for joining me. I shall remove you one at a time. So if you've got any I'm not going to say last words because that it's another one of those things that I get in trouble for saying. So Jerry, last through standing. Thank you very much.
Good night, all. Have a safe evening.
There we go, and he's gone. And Mr. Spid, thank you very much for joining us.
Good night, everybody. Stay safe and look after yourselves.
And then there was me, and that's it. Thank you all for coming along and watching a shorter show, but these things happen and they go on, and next week might be longer, it might be the same length, you never know. It all depends on how I feel, how the show goes, how you lot are in chat and everything else. So thank you all for coming along. Anything coming in last minute? No, nothing else extra, just people saying hello and thank you and stuff and good night. So thank you all for coming along. I shall see you all, don't know when. Sunday I think is Ted's turn, but if he can't make it, then I'll pop in and do my own Warhamster Sunday at 8 o'clock. But at the moment I'm thinking Ted wants to do his at 9. So that should be that then. Monday's back with E-Models. Wednesday I'm back with my the Diamond art thing that I'm going to start doing for the first time ever live. That can't possibly go wrong, can it? It's going to work perfectly. So I shall be doing that on Wednesday. And then next Thursday, back here with me and other people. Hopefully, possibly. You never know. So thank you all. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.